All right, this video is we're gonna clean up a couple of things and then look at the fireplace and mantle situation. So you remember when we're working on elevations, we edited our roof asphalt material and added the hatch pattern to it. Um, but that causes a problem when we look at our roof plan, and I didn't realize it until after we had done all that. So on your roof level that you're using for your roof plan. Let's go to that roof level and let's go to visibility graphics and go down to roofs and then come in here in the patterns and uncheck the patterns for foregrounds and backgrounds so that the pattern will be invisible just like it shows right here. And that will take care of that. Okay. Um, I was going to tell you about the gravel fill here. I'm including an AutoCAD hatch pattern file for you to use instead of searching it. You can always search for it using Windows Explorer, and you're going to search for the file ACAD period PAT, and that's the AutoCAD hatch pattern file. But I'm giving you one. I've renamed it so you could search to that. It'll be a little easier. And I'll go ahead and cover how to do that real quick like. Uh, we want to create a new one, and I'm going to call it gravel 2. Oh wait, this is not. Yeah, right here, foreground fill pattern, and we're going to go a new fill pattern, and we're going to go custom. Well, I can call it right here. I'm going to call it gravel 2. You can name them based on your scale size, okay, and that may help you later once you play with it. And we'll go browse, and you're going to go. Yeah, I put it right here in the week 5 files, AutoCAD hatch, and then you'll scroll down. I scrolled too far. And these are the patterns from AutoCAD. And then you'll scale it here. And I know on the other here, I think I used a 0.10. Um, I'm just going to go 0.2 just for right now. And we'll go, okay, pattern already exists. Oh, gravel 2. And you can see there's my gravel 2 pattern. And you can change the colors. I like to go ahead and make them black. You could, the way it prints, the way it looks, okay? I have chain turned on. And so there's how you do that, okay? And so that's what you'll do for this. And once you've got that hatch pattern added into a fill, it'll be there for you to use, okay? So you'll need to import one, create one for gravel fill. That should be the only one you need. Okay, let's look at our fireplace. You should have the fireplace already in. I think I covered that previously. I did a 1-inch thick slate floor. Because some things moved. So let me edit that. Uh, okay, I'm not going to edit that right now. A 1-inch slate floor. And then this fireplace mantle, I got it off of Revit City. I gave it to you, I think at the very beginning in week 1, I believe, and it's easier to put in. I pulled a excuse me, a section view parallel to that to make it work. But since then, I've created me an elevation, an interior elevation, and I just named it, I renamed it as 2, because as you see, the 2 right there is the name of the elevation view, and then that right there, number 7, is the view, the detail number that it is on sheet A4. And so I brought this mantle, excuse me, mantle in. Did have to edit some of the sizes here, and I've got it at top of mantle at 4'6", and since I already had the slate floor in place, that's 4'6" above the slate, which is fine. The mantle width I set at 6 feet, which is what it shows on the plans, and it's really, really close to what I've got the wall. As a matter of fact, it might be a little bit bigger than what the wall is, but we'll go with that. Uh, the inside width, I don't think I played with that any bottom mantle. I may have adjusted some of those, but I don't really remember. Okay. But I got it in place. All right. I did a wall. I created me a new wall type of interior ceramic tile surround is what I called it. And for material type, I used a tile porcelain. I duplicated, made me an 8-inch wide, an 8-inch one. I'm not too concerned about colors and appearance right now because the JPEG image there is a 6-inch square, so I don't feel like messing with that. But I did apply an 8-inch tile pattern to it so that in in hidden line it'll look correct. So I did that, applied that to the wall. All it is the tile layer at 3/4 inch thick, and then I put a little wall on there and edited the profile of it so that it goes around the edge of the fireplace. Okay. Now that as you're putting this thing in, if you'll pop you a section view through the middle of your fireplace, it may help you getting it. Oh, excuse me. I was working on this thing. I was working on the drawings for this thing. And so there, you want to make sure you get it lined up against the chipboard there. Now, for the elevation, I use this. There's my crop region. All the way almost to the ceiling. Probably should go a little bit and include the ceiling. Oh, it's a slope ceiling. That's why I did not include the ceiling. Okay. Put the notes on, set it at, hidden line, put the 2 dimensions in, and then, wrong drawing. Let's go to my drawing sheet. Brought it in here. Of course, like all the other ones, hiding things that I don't need, don't want. Set it in place. And so there it is, looks good. I didn't do the section view through it. And while we're here, as you can see, I put my bath cabinet layout on the sheet too. Because my section view here, we're cutting this thing through at an angle to the floor joist. And I played with it. I put this in. I made my clip offset 1/16 of an inch. And it's still, you got a little bit of an overhang right there under it. And when you try to bring in a detail component for the joist and everything, it's the wrong size because we're looking at this thing at an angle. So these were just lines that I sketched in there. Did that, and then I started looking at the walls. Well, this wall is 3.5 inches is wide, so that one will work okay. But this wall over here is still cut at an angle, so nothing that I detail is going to look right. And we're not modeling the exhaust vent. So I made a command decision, and I said we're not going to put the fireplace section on our drawing sheet. And that makes you happy, doesn't it? Okay. I think that gets us caught up on those things. Let me go back and look at my wall section. I got all my text and stuff in on it. One thing, these dimensions here, for this one, the 1 foot 1 1/4, that is to from top of plate to the heel, where the top of the truss is over the edge of the wall, and that's looking a little weird there. Now that I'm looking at it, that should be the line that I drew here should actually be right there. Is that right? I'm gonna leave it there. Anyway, in order to get this dimension, I had to draw that detail line up and extend it up to the actual roof itself. Okay. Bunch of notes, line everything up good, so it's nice and neat, and then that looks good. Okay, that's gonna be it on this video. I got lots of other things we're gonna deal with. Okay. Okay. Edit to the last video. I went back and looked at my truss details, and this dimension here is, well, it's correct. No, it's not correct. Okay, because we have got issues here. The truss, the edge of the truss, like I was playing with it, should actually be lined up on the inside edge of the sheathing, like so. And that one should be 3.5 inches over, so I need to move it over a 1/2 inch. Probably easier just to mention it. Be easier just to copy it, huh? Anyway, that it should be 1.5 inches, because if you look at our truss drawings, that is what comes up on the actual truss itself, as opposed to 1 1/4 inches. So let me get my truss detail in here. There. Okay, that's as good as we can get it, because we're dealing with our model right here, we can't really trim that up. So that dimension should be 1.5 over the face of the stud, backside of the sheathing, up to the top of the truss underneath the sheathing. That is correct.